Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Learning Chess Easy, episode number 2. This is an easy episode, and it is about openings and beginning game and first steps. So let's just get straight into it. So the most common opening you'll see from white is e4. Now I realize now we haven't explained to you guys what e4 means or anything about chess notation. So chess notation is a way for each square has its own number and letter associated with it. So the way it works is I don't know if you guys can see my finger here. The letters on the back, so A, B, C, and this is always from white's perspective, never from black. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, like I said, E4, A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, moving the pawn up 2 spaces. Now the reason for this is that it gets the queen out to be able to go in a diagonal motion, and it gets this bishop to go in diagonal motion. And that's the most common move. Another common move you'll see is D4, which I don't like as much. It only opens this up. The queen can go forward, but it can only go forward 2 spaces, right? It doesn't offer a lot of opportunity. So I don't love D4. It does get the bishop out here, but the most important bishop for white is the white bishop because the black king is on white. So you'll see your opponents will try to they'll sacrifice pretty much anything except for like a queen for this white bishop because they don't want you to have it because the king is on white. So if you don't have the white bishop, the only way to put your king in check from the beginning is with the queen. So the most common following move after e4 for black is usually e5. Again, the same reason. It opens up the bishop and the queen to go diagonally. So now, what I love to do from this spot, if I'm white, is to try to get a fool's mate opening. Try to get a fool's mate going. So if you know your opponent is not very strong, or even if they are strong, see if they can find a way to do it. Come at it. You want to move this 1, 2, 3 spaces, so it's pointed at the king's black bishop's pawn. So the pawn right next to the king, right here. Not this one. This one's guarded by both these 2 pieces. This one is only guarded by the king, and if you can get your queen there, it'll be checkmate. So what they'll either do is if they see it coming, they'll probably move this knight here to stop you from trying to get your queen on the other side. Or what they'll most likely do, maybe they move their queen here, or they'll just do one of these or something like that to try to block you from being able to do it. Maybe one of these, right? So let's say they don't see it. We'll do 2 scenarios. Let's say they don't see it. They'll move their black bishop over here, right? So now what you're going to want to do, you'll see a lot of people do this, right? That's not that helpful. They'll just move their bishop here. You're going to move it down here because now the only thing for them to get you to, because they want you to move your queen, the only thing they're going to be able to do is move this here, which is not effective, and I'll show you why in a second, or do one of these maybe. But if they do this, if you're black, don't ever do that, and you'll see why in a second. I'm not sure if the light's good enough for you guys to see, but if you move this up here, the queen can come straight across here. The king's now in check. The queen can take this bishop or this rook. The king has to do something. It's either going to move. So they're going to move, the king's either going to move there, or the bishop's going to go there, or the queen's going to go there. So no matter what happens, let's say the bishop goes there, you can then go take that rook, right? Now they're in a bad spot, right? They're not in a great place right now. They're going to lose that knight. And if you're black, what you need to do now in order to avoid checkmate is to put the bishop there, but you'll lose the bishop, or you'll lose a knight. Move the king there. That way he can't take. The queen's not gonna be able to take this as your white. You already have an advantage. You already have, like we said last time. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a rook and that's a pawn. That's 6 points for white. White's up 6 points. Again, it's white's turn now. Now the great thing about having this here is that if you were to, what do we say they're gonna do? Well, what you could do very effective, is get this out here or here, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'll tell you right now. Gets this opening now, and then it gets you down there. Now the king's in check, has to move there. Then you take that, and then it's almost checkmate. It will be checkmate in like 5 moves or 3 moves, something like that. So I mean, I don't want to go too much farther after this because this is an openings video. It's not supposed to be too advanced, but that's about as good as it will do. Let's go back to the. I want to show you guys one more thing. What would happen if, when you get to this point, they move the queen here? Now, that's not good for you, obviously, because you want to be able to get. If you move your queen there, you're just gonna take it with the queen, and then you could trade queens, but if you want to, you could. If that's the way you play, then by all means do that. But I know that's not a lot of people's preferred way. They don't want to lose their queen straight at the beginning, and that's very understandable. I wouldn't want to lose, especially if you know that the other person is a stronger opponent than you. You don't want to lose your queen, right? So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get your bishop there, puts the queen in danger. If the queen takes you, you just take the queen with your queen. So now as black, what they're most likely, there's not a lot of good options, is there? They might try to do one of these, saying like, well, if you take my queen, I'll take yours. They might just move this queen. Like they might move it there, right? Or there, or no, they're not gonna move it there. They might move it. They're most likely gonna move it there because again, they want to be able to have that queen pointed at this piece because that's the piece you want to get to. But so I don't want to go too much farther past this because this is just an openings video. So I won't. But if you guys want to see a part 2 about this, leave a like. Please subscribe. It would mean a lot. Just one click of the button. And thank you guys for watching. Click here to subscribe. Click here to see our last video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.